What's up, fellas? So I had a loyal patron supporter that wanted to know how I lost my loser mentality at 34. All right, first, guys, let me say this. Let me point this out first. Me feeling like a loser wasn't in every aspect of my life. All right, romantically, I didn't feel like a loser. I was banging hot chicks when I was in that basement in Brooklyn when I didn't have shit. So as far as that goes, in my romantic life and my social life, I didn't feel like no loser. It just comes to a point, guys, that at certain milestones in your life, as you reach age milestones, 25, 30, 35, 40, it should be a certain level of shit that you have accomplished in life. Okay, so if you 30 years old and you got less than $1,000 in the bank, that could cause you to feel like a loser. I'm not saying you are a loser. I'm saying it could cause you to feel like a loser. For as I was, it made me feel like a loser. You feel like you should have X amount of dollars, and this is just gonna be depending on where you live and shit like that, right? If you in Alabama, what you feel like you should have at 30 years old is gonna be different than if you live in New York or California as what you should feel like you're 30 years old. But regardless of where you at, you always feel like I should have this, this, and this by the time I reach 30, 35, 40 or whatever. Everybody's different. But if you don't have those things, financially it could cause you to feel like a loser. Okay, so if you're 30 years old and you living with your mama, it could cause you to feel like a loser. I'm not saying you are a loser. I'm just saying it could cause you to feel like a loser. Now, why do we feel like a loser to begin with? Because society says you should have this, 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 and this by this age. So that's where it comes from, society pressure. Okay, even if you're pretty content. Right now, you're probably somebody who stays with your mama and you're pretty content and fine with it, but society says, you're a fucking loser. But you're happy. So it's just a matter of living up to what society standards are. Because you could be pretty fucking happy yourself, by and large, making 20 grand a month, living with your mama, as long as she ain't bitching about it and she ain't fucking with you about it. Who's the fucking judge? Now, if she threatening to kick your ass out every fucking day, that might be a fucking problem. But who's the fucking judge? All right, and people gonna say, you should be that. Who cares what they think? It's how you fucking feel at the end of the fucking day. If you feel like a loser, you're a loser. If you don't feel like a loser, you're not a loser. I feel like at my age, at the point where I was at age 34, I should have had more accomplished. So that's why I said I felt like a loser at 34. But he wanted to know how I got over that hump. How did I lose that loser mentality? First thing, guys, is I realized nobody was gonna come rescue me. First, I ain't gonna say his name, but I got a guy that comment on every one of my videos, self-loathing comments. AMS, how did you conquer this? AMS, how did you do this? AMS, how you... Just self-loathing, self-loathing, self-loathing. Feel sorry for myself, pity on myself, poor old me. Ain't nobody gonna rescue your ass. You have to do it. And that's what I look in the mirror and I say to myself, you gonna have to pull yourself. Nobody's gonna hold your hand in life. You gotta save yourself, nobody else. And I realized that no presidential election, no governor election, no mayor election, no senator's election, nobody is gonna come save your ass. No laws they not gonna pass no laws that's gonna come save your ass. You're gonna have to get off your ass and go save yourself. And I realized that. I said, shit, man, Obama been in here couple years now. I still ain't got no goddamn reparations yet. I realize if we got a black president in and he ain't came in and changed shit, you know what? Can't nobody come here and change shit but you. You gotta change shit. So that's what you have to realize, guys. I think at 34, 35, I think Obama was just finishing one term or in the middle of second. I can't quite remember, but I knew he had been in office long enough, and I realized can't nobody save your ass. You have to save your ass. All right, so you can sit up there and you can go wait in voting lines all you want to, thinking you finna vote somebody in office who gonna give you a payday or give you free this and free that. At the end of the day, you gonna have to do it. And I'm not saying for you guys not to go vote. I'm just saying I hoping you guys ain't voting thinking somebody finna come change and save your ass. That's what I'm saying. I want you guys to go vote. Exercise your right to vote. People died to get those rights to vote. But at the end of the day, you can vote all you fucking want. Can't none of those politicians save your ass. You got to do it. Number 2, guys, I finally finished something I had started. All my life, man, all my life, you know, I would always set these goals and then I would just quit them because I had no long-term thinking. I'm thinking now. I had no long-term thinking. Any of you guys see people who start these YouTube channels, they do it for 3 months and then they quit because they got no long-term thinking. You have to have long-term thinking. So any of you guys in school, I know it's a pain in the ass now and it don't seem like the best in the world. I'm telling you, you setting yourself up for the next 40, 50, 60 years of your fucking life, man. All right, life is long. You know, you hear a lot of people say, man, life is short. No hell it ain't. No hell it ain't. Man, it seemed like ages ago when I was fucking like 8, 9 years ago. That seemed like a whole nother lifetime ago. When I can remember back when I was 7, 8, 9. I can remember younger than that. Man, that seemed like an eternity ago. A long time ago. And I'm probably going to live another 20, 30 years. So the point of me saying that, guys, is, God forbid, let me knock on wood. The reason I'm saying that, guys, is life is long. So you want to make these short-term goals because it's going to be better for you long-term. So when I got my personal training certification and I got over that hump of actually finishing something that I had started, and it took me like, it took me like 6 months to a year to get it. I studied for like 6 months to a year. And once I finally got it, once you get over that one hump of accomplishing one thing, I said, well, I can accomplish anything now. And that just changed everything. So now I don't start shit without finishing it. The old me, that first book I wrote, I would have probably wrote 2 chapters and quit. The old me would have quit on that shit. But once I got over that hurdle of actually finishing something that I had started, for the rest of my life, anything that I start, I'm gonna fucking finish. All right, guys. So that was pivotal in me losing that loser mentality, just realizing something that, yes, you can finish something that you fucking start. You don't got to get discouraged because, and it wasn't that it was hard or anything like that, guys. I wanted now gratification today. Man, what this shit doing for me today? A lot of you guys are studying in school and med school and shit, and you might, lose focus sometimes, and you thinking like, man, what this shit doing for me today? I ain't worried about 5, 6 years from now. I'm talking about what it's doing for me today. It ain't doing shit for me today, so I want to quit because you don't have that long-term thinking, guys. You have to realize long-term thinking. So me now knowing everything that I do today is always done out of long-term. I don't even like fucking around with short-term things no more. For any of you guys that wondered why I went up on my consultation prices, the reason why I went up on my consultation prices is because I don't like trading time for money no more. That's how much I'm gonna get trading time for money. So I purposely price myself out because I don't really like trading time for money. And for any of you guys gonna say, well, man, you ain't help, motherfucker. I got 600 fucking videos on YouTube. I got fucking like 30 fucking live streams. I got 3 fucking books out. So anything you want to fucking know, you got 600 fucking videos. You got 3 fucking books. So get off your ass and get to watching and get to reading. So for anybody come over, man, you supposed to help us. Motherfucker, watch the free videos on YouTube. That's what I got to say about that. Don't get mad at me because you found my channel and you decide, I don't want to watch 600 videos. I don't want to do a Skype consultation because I want to just learn the answer to what I want. This is the problem right here. Quick results, quick results. What the fuck am I talking about? Quick results, quick results, quick results. When I was losing, when I would meet women that I had a very high attraction to that was 9s and 10s, I read and did everything I could to figure out what the fuck I was doing to lose the attraction of women that I had a very high attraction to. I ain't want no consultation with no fucking body. I studied for a long time. I watched a lot of videos and read a lot of books. I wanted to know what the fuck was I doing to cause women that I had a very high attraction to lose attraction. And that's what I did. I ain't sent no dating coach, no email or nothing. So I learned the shit. Alright, so that's the thing what I got to say about that, guys. You guys come over here and you find shit and you see all these videos and you get intimidated and you don't want to put no fucking work in and you don't want to read books, you don't want to do shit. You just want to send an email to get a quick answer. At the end of the day, you got to study the whole game as a whole to find out what's going on. You can't just take your little simple subject, what you might think is simple, and just think somebody gonna give you a pro. If you don't understand about self-improvement builds confidence, and this is what's gonna give you the abundance mindset, if you just send me an email and I tell you you need to develop an abundance mindset, well, what the hell is that doing? Because you gotta learn the fundamentals. You gotta watch all the fucking videos to grasp everything that I'm saying. If you don't, if you send me an email and you sprung over one girl and I tell you, man, you got to develop an abundance mindset, you're going to be looking at me like, oh, okay, all right, well, how the fuck do I get an abundance mindset? And this is what I'm talking about. There is no quick answers. You got to watch all the videos. You got to read all the books. You got to know how to get on your purpose. You got to learn how to monetize your purpose. All this gives you the answer. There is no quick answers. You got to learn how to develop a mindset of abundance. That takes time. That takes getting on your fucking purpose. That takes you living a social life of abundance. There is no quick answers. All right, guys. So that's the thing with that. But I went on a little tangent then, but I just wanted to explain why I raised my consultations. I didn't want to do consultations all fucking day because I don't like trading time for money because I think long term. I'd rather spend that time writing books, creating programs, creating videos, shit that's going to create passive income long term. I don't like trading time for money. For any of you guys, you might have a job that pays you $50 an hour, $40, $50, $60 an hour, and you might have to give that up and do something that's going to make you passive income 30, 40 years when you dead. Can you do that? Can you think long term? I have a long term mindset now. It's amazing how far it comes. I don't even like trading time for money. If I was to lower my Skype consultations right now to $250 an hour, which is still not like bad, right? I'll probably be doing two, three Skype consultations every fucking day. I guarantee you I would. I don't want to do that because that's short-term thinking. I think long-term now. I don't want to trade time for money. And that's the mindset I want you guys to develop. I don't want you guys, ain't nothing wrong with doing it now. Do what you got to do. The point being is I want you guys to start developing things that's going to make you money long term. I want you guys to develop a long term mindset. That's what I want you guys to develop. All right. So that was the next thing, guys. Just finally finishing something that I started. Thinking long term. The next thing, found something I was passionate about. It's amazing how you develop a strong work ethic. Once you find something you love, ain't that funny how that work out? When you always think like, man, you know, I'm lazy and shit. And as soon as you find something you're passionate about, it's amazing how you all of a sudden you can work 18 hours a day. That's odd. So the next thing that helped me lose my loser mentality was just getting into fitness, doing fitness. Now I have been doing fitness for years, but I wasn't making no fucking living off of it. But once I started at the gym, I said, shit, man, you mean to tell me that if I get in here and I build my clientele base, I can make $150,000 a year? Man, fuck that shit. I lived in that motherfucker. So just finding something that I was passionate about helped me lose that loser mentality. Would I have had that same passion if I was getting paid the same thing on a construction yard? So the gym I was working at, the top tier trainers, the level 3 trainers at the time was making like $60 an hour. Let's say I was doing construction making that same $60 an hour. Would I have had that same passion and drive to do that even though it's paying the fucking same? I guarantee you I wouldn't have. I guarantee you I would have did my 8-10 hours a day and called it a fucking day. And when I was at that gym, 14, 15, 16 hours a fucking day, guys. Just because I had passion. If any of you guys are having a hard time being motivated, that's because you're probably doing something you don't love. I don't give a fuck if it pays $300,000 a year. If you don't love it, you're not going to be motivated to grind on it. You have to find something you're passionate about and do that shit. I didn't even know I had a work ethic like that until I started fucking training at the gym. I always consider myself like, okay, trainer. I always did my job, and I always did my job professionally. I always believed in that. I always was going to give you my best. But I wasn't going to do more than that, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. So when the guy would call me and say, hey, you want to get some overtime hours a day when I was doing security? Hell fucking no. I started at the gym. I'm living in this motherfucker. You see the difference? Now, even when I was doing security, I was going to do my job and try to be the best damn security guard there was. The point being, I wasn't going to do an ounce more than that. An ounce, I wasn't going to do a minute more than that. I wasn't going to work a second of overtime. Hey, you want to stay and get some more? Nope, I got to go home. Get up and go to the gym in the morning. I didn't want to do a second over that. So that was the next thing helping me losing my loser mentality, guys. Just finding something that I was passionate about. The next thing, guys, was I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. At some point in your life, you just have to get sick and tired of being. And what was I sick and tired of being sick? Well, I'm gonna tell y'all guys what I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of. I got tired of having that feeling of going to work and being in fear of losing my job. So as a bouncer in the city, you are disposable just like that. You just a big body, you disposable like that. You mean nothing. You piss off the wrong person in the club that's connected to the owner, that's a friend of the owner, and you just gone like that. You mean nothing. No human resources review, no nothing. Just he fired. He can't come back here. I got tired of having that feeling of fear of losing my job all the time. I got tired of that fear of uncertainty. I wasn't in control of my destiny. So I just got tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired. I got sick and tired of being in fear of losing my job. Some of you guys got jobs right now. And I know some of you guys might be police officers in the unions and stuff like that, so you protected. That was the whole point of the union, so you don't have to be in fear like that. But for jobs that don't have a union or something like that, you just always feel like, man, you know, especially if you got like a boss that's like real like on edge and shit like this, and you done seen them fire people just like that, you never feel good about your situation, and you get tired of that shit, and you get tired of not being able to buy what you want and do what you want to do. You get tired of that shit. You get tired of having to, just always down. You want to do this, but you can't afford to do this, so you go do this. You get tired of that fucking shit. And I got tired of it, guys. I got tired. So you have to get, and that's, everybody is different. When you get sick and tired might be different from when this person gets sick and tired. Everybody get, and what causes a person to get sick and tired is different than what everybody else. Some people might get tired of not having nice things. Some people might get tired of not having no money in the bank. Some people might get sick and tired of this, like the situation I said, of being uncertain of their shit, as in having a job or something that's just always on edge and shit like that. But I was just sick and tired of that bullshit, to be quite honest with you. And last, guys, the last thing that helped me get over my loser mentality was sacrifice. I finally learned the value of sacrifice. Never in my life had I ever, up till I was 34, willing to sacrifice shit. Nothing. No club nights, no women, no nothing. I finally learned that, if you want something in life, it's going to take sacrifice. Ain't no way around it, guys. No matter what you fucking want to do, if you want to accomplish something in life, you're going to have to go without. See, all my life back whenever I used to do something, my social life would suffer, and I would get to missing, fucking with women and shit, and I would just quit because I want to get back to my social life. I want to get back to living. So like if you in school or something like this, you start to miss your friends or something like this, and so you just want to quit this because you miss the social life. That's called a sacrifice, guys. I get guys asking me all the time, y'all guys see the live stream, AMS, how do I pursue my purpose and go to school? How I pursue my purpose and date women? Sacrifice. You got to get those bitches up, man. That's the only way you're going to get to where you want. You got to fucking sacrifice. If you're trying to build something, your social life is going to have to take a back seat for a little while. Ain't no way around it. Anybody telling you, listen, when you see these NBA players, look at LeBron, and I seen his son playing basketball, and Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union had to go to the game because he couldn't go because he was playing basketball. He's making sacrifices for his future. He's not able to go attend his son's basketball games. And I know he seems like a good father. I know he wants to be there, but he is missing a lot that's going on with his kids to reach his goal of becoming a billionaire. He has more than enough money right now to retire and kick back and go watch all their games. But he is focused on what his goal is, and he's willing to make those sacrifices, guys. So if he's willing to miss his kid's basketball game and all this other bullshit to attain his goal, then so can I. So it's a sacrifice, guys. So until you learn the value of sacrifice, don't expect to accomplish any of your fucking goals if you're not willing to sacrifice. I can tell you that shit right now. You have to sacrifice. Something, you got to give something to get something. That's just the way it is, guys. All right, guys, so those are the 5 ways that I lost my loser mentality at 34. I'll get back with you guys later.